Have you ever got to the end of a day and then wondered, what did I do with my day? You're not lazy. You've just got too many browser tabs open in your brain. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to fix it. Whether you're like me and you have ADHD, or whether you're just someone who makes a plan to make a plan, this is for you. I have struggled with procrastination my entire life. Not because I didn't know what to do, but because I didn't have a system that worked with my brain. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just a strategy problem. You probably write every single thing down because you're so afraid if you don't write it down that you're going to forget to do it. Your to-do list is probably way too long and has way too many top priority items. You probably have multiple alarms for every single to-do task. And then your alarms start to bother you. The notifications pop up and you keep swiping them away, and then you end up missing something important. Sometimes we think that time is slipping away from us. Wealthy people don't base their productivity based on the number of hours they work. They focus on the value and the impact they made that day. Sometimes what we do is we schedule our entire life, but we forget to schedule time for actually living. If you want to stop having chaotic days and actually feel present and proud of how you're spending your time, stay tuned here because I want to share with you a strategy, something I've been working on for a long time that has actually helped me stay on top of things, stay productive, and stop wasting my time on things that are not valuable. Share with you today the Lunamari Planner. This helps me start my day with a structured morning, includes evening reflections, gratitude, task organization, a calendar, a time blocking system, and so much more. Make sure to watch the first video, which gives a general overview of the different tabs and how this works. In this video, I'm actually going to show you how to maximize your experience and customize it more specifically for you and your own needs. So every single day, you can start your day by clicking on the Start Your Day tab. Each day, a new tab will populate. Every day, you're going to start your morning with a morning reflection. You're going to start your day by checking in with yourself by selecting a rating. All of these ratings are customizable and can be changed, and I'll show you that in another video. Next, you're going to select any emotions you felt and any activities you included in the morning. Next, you're going to focus on gratitude and affirmations. You're going to list 3 significant things you're grateful for today and 3 small things that you're grateful for that you often overlook. Starting your day with gratitude is a wonderful way to start your day on the right foot. Next, you're going to pick one affirmation for the day and you're going to type it out 8 times. The reason we do this is because the brain learns by repetition and the subconscious mind loves repetition. So by selecting an affirmation and typing it, you're actually engaging multiple sensory systems. You're typing it, so you're activating your kinesthetic system. You're seeing it, so you're activating your visual system. And you are likely hearing it in your mind, which is activating your auditory system. I also like to start every day with an inspirational quote. If you have some favorite quotes written down, feel free to add those. Or if you need some inspiration, you can click on the link here. The next part is to set your intention for the day. The first question you're going to answer is, what is your overall focus or goal for the day? So this isn't anything specific. It's more so a holistic overview of how you want your day to go. So for me, it was to have a balanced day with rest, spirituality, and creative content creation. Then you're going to ask yourself, what actions do I need to take in order to achieve this intention? So for me, it was to use my project planning tool so that I can have a more productive working session. That's something I'll share with you in another video. Next, you're going to answer, what will you see, hear, and feel when you achieve it? And you might be wondering, why would I do that? The reason is because this includes visualization and taps into multiple sensory systems. Just the act of writing down what your intention is actually helps your subconscious mind carry out those actions so that you're more likely to achieve what it is you're setting out to do. The next tab you can open is the calendar and to-do list. So in this first tab, you'll see the to-do list, and in the second tab, you'll see the calendar. Here's what is so cool about the to-do list. I set up a specific formula that looks at the priority, whether it's a want versus a need, the status, and the due date. And it populates itself in a specific order so that you know exactly what you need to do first. So this is perfect for you if you oftentimes feel overwhelmed by your list and you don't know where to start. So when adding a new task, the most important thing you want to do is make sure you fill in all of the fields here, the status fields, the priority, and whether it's a want versus a need. So, when you're selecting a priority, there's 6 options you can choose from. You shouldn't have too many top priority items. These are the things that are specific to something that is going to blow up or a catastrophe that's going to happen if you don't complete it. The second is a quick win. So, this is something that takes 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes tops, that will help you feel productive once you complete it. The third is something that's important, yet it's not a top priority, and it takes a little bit longer than a quick win. 4 is when you want to schedule something. So, for example, if you want to schedule a doctor's appointment, you would select 4. And 5 is plan. So, this is if something has a lot of different steps or it's a little bit more complex and you need to break it out into multiple tasks. And my favorite one, which is number 6, which is delegate. Oftentimes, we have tasks that we think we have to complete because we're the best ones to complete them, but we can actually save ourselves a lot of time and stress by delegating that out. That could be anything like hiring a cleaning person or a landscaper, or engaging your kids to help around the house and rewarding them with chore money. Next, my favorite part, which is plan your day. This is a time blocking solution that is perfect for you if you're someone who oftentimes underestimates how long something's going to take. Or if you just wake up and you start your day and you don't even know what you're doing or when you're doing it, and you're kind of just grasping at straws and hoping to get something done. This is perfect for you if you can relate. Basically, in the first column, you're just going to fill in whatever the activity is. You're going to select a start time from the drop down as well as an end time. Once it's done, you're going to check the blue box. You're going to also select the value of the activity. So I'm going to take a moment just to explain this. So a low value activity is something that doesn't really add a whole lot to your life. For example, doom scrolling on social media. A medium activity is something that has to be done, but it's not really helping you advance as a person. So things like chores and errands and that sort of thing. High value activities are those things that either move the needle towards a goal you're trying to achieve, something that helps you develop yourself or improve your life, or an activity that you really, really, really enjoy. And then you've got category. So these are just general categories. So pretty much anything you're going to type in that activity column will correspond with one of these categories. You can add or edit these, and I'll show you that too in another video. So I'm going to share with you the best way to utilize this time blocking tool. First, you're going to just add in all of the activities, all of the things that you have to do in that day. Keep it pretty general. You don't have to get super specific because that's what your to-do list is for. Second, you're going to run through that activity list, and anything that is super time sensitive or anything that's time specific that has to occur at a certain time, you're going to go ahead and then select the start time and the end time. And then for everything else, you're going to fill in the blanks. Here's my favorite hack that you can do to see how productive your day is going to be in advance before you even start. So what I do is I fill this entire grid out, and then I select all of the done boxes before they're actually done. Then you can click over here and you can look at the peak productivity flow graph. And what this graph will share with you is the different times of day where you're most productive and least productive. It'll show you the peak performance hours, the midday slumps, and any evening rebounds. This is important because you can see when you are most productive across multiple days. And if you're trying to do something, for example, like have your most productive activities done in the morning, but you're just not a morning person and you're usually never productive in the morning, then this graph is something that can help you identify that so that you can then plan those activities for the afternoon or the evening. This graph here is going to show you the percentage of time that you are spending on your high, medium, and low value tasks. So my personal goal is usually to aim for about 70 to 80% of my day focused on high value activities. Now that's like a perfect day. And not every day is going to be like that. And if it's your day off or the weekend, it's totally fine if these are out of proportion a little bit. You always deserve to have that time. And this is not intended to be something where you become a slave to time. It's just something to help you get into the habit of planning more efficiently. The last graph is called the time investment breakdown. So this is where you can see the number of hours that you're spending in those general categories. So you can see, are you spending too much time in leisure? Are you spending too much time in work? Do you need to up your wellness or your exercise category? This will help you identify those things. So here I'm going to show you the steps from start to finish. So if this is the first time you're ever using this, what I would suggest doing is create your perfect average day. What are all of the things that you want to actually incorporate into your day that you might not be doing right now? So, as I mentioned earlier, the first thing you're going to do is just list out all of the activities. Don't worry about the start times or the end times yet. You're just going to start with the activities, and then we're going to plug in from there. So, this is an example of a perfect average day. The first thing I did is I just added in all of the different activities that I would like to incorporate into a day. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to select the start and the end times for anything that is time sensitive. So for example, if you know you need to be leaving for work every day by 7:30 a.m., go ahead and select that. And what you'll see is that it will actually move itself into chronological order as you do this. So basically what I did here is I just added in anything that was time sensitive, and now I'm going to fill in the rest. So if I know I have to drive to work every morning at 7:30 in the morning, and if it takes me about 45 minutes to get ready, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select 6:45 to 7:30. Now, if I typically eat breakfast before that, I can go ahead and enter that here. Now, as you're doing this, what you might find is that you need to move things around, and that's perfectly fine. So, for example, in this one, I didn't put in to walk the dog in the morning. So, what I need to do is adjust a couple things. I obviously want to walk the dog before I shower and get ready for work. So, I want that to happen between sometime between breakfast and when I get ready. So, now what I'm focusing on is what I'm going to be doing in the evening. So, if I like to exercise in the evening after work, I can go ahead and put that in here. And then let's say I prepare and eat dinner after I exercise. And then I usually walk the dog after dinner. Let's say I want to be able to incorporate at least a half hour every day where I'm either engaging in a hobby or doing something enjoyable for me. So on this schedule, it looks like around 8 p.m. would be ideal. And then let's say I want to watch a little bit of TV. And then I want to spend some quality time with my partner. And then I want to end my day with meditation. Now, what you're going to do next is you're going to select the value of each activity. So, for example, if you're eating a super healthy breakfast, you're going to select high. If you're grabbing something quickly on the go or you're eating fast food, you're going to select low. Then you're going to just select eating from the category, walking the dog. So, if you typically do a power walk versus a regular walk, you can rate that as a high value. But if you're going to do just a regular walk or a slower walk, let the dog sniff around, you can select medium. Showering and getting ready. So sometimes I like to listen to a podcast or some kind of motivational music. And if I do that in the morning, then I would rate that as a high value activity. And the same thing goes for driving to work. If you want to improve your experience in the car as you're sitting in traffic and you want to learn something, you can engage in an audiobook or listen to a podcast or a wonderful playlist you put together. In that case, you can select high value. Now, like I shared earlier, if you want a preview to see how productive your day is going to be in advance, then all you have to do is select all of the done boxes ahead of time. So now by doing this, you can click on the peak productivity flow graph and you can actually see where your most productive time is. Obviously, you can see here at work. The time value distribution will show that most of your day was focused on medium value activities, which isn't a terrible thing. But this can help you understand how can I tweak this and make this a little bit better and focus more on high value activities. So I'll show you how to do that quickly right now. So you can change the value of the activities like walking the dog or exercise or even dinner to high value. All you have to do is push yourself a little bit harder when you're walking the dog. Maybe do power walking or wear ankle weights. And the same thing goes for quality time with family. So instead of just sitting on the couch and all engaging together, maybe you spend that time doing something more interactive. And then that can be a high value activity. So let's go ahead and check the time value distribution graph now to see what the balance looks like. This is much better. As you can see now, 70% of the day is focused on high value activities, whereas you got 17% on medium and about 11-12% on low. So let's say most of your days pretty much has the same type of routine and you want to have that duplicated so you don't have to write in the same activities each and every day. I'm going to show you how to set up a template to do that right now. Set up a template. So to do this, what you're going to do is you're actually going to just tab backwards until you're on the mindful alignment log page. Then you're going to go over here and you're going to click the downwards arrow and you're going to see the default that says my day. You're going to go ahead and click the three dots and click duplicate. So for this purpose, I'll show you how to set up a template for Monday. So for the purposes of this, I'll show you how to set up a template for Monday. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to open the tab that says Plan Your Day. Here you can go ahead and type in the routine activities that you do on Mondays, and so on and so forth. Make sure to follow the same strategy where if there's a specific time something needs to happen, you start by entering those times first, and then you can fill in the blanks with the things that are not time sensitive. So now that your template is ready, all you need to do is click off. And then if you click the drop down arrow, you'll see the option for Monday. You can do this for each day of the week, or you can have one that's a Monday through Friday template and then a weekend template. And as you'll see here, your calendar is already ready. Next, you're going to focus on the final reflection of the day. This is really important because it helps you acknowledge and anchor in what you did well that day, what didn't go so well, and how you can make tomorrow even better. Another activity that I like to do is to try to do one thing that's just a little bit outside my comfort zone every single day. So the question, how did you embrace discomfort today? You can answer that. And then how you felt after embracing the discomfort, not during, but after. This also sends a signal to your unconscious mind that discomfort is okay. And then you become habitually conditioned to it. So when things that are unexpected come up, you're not as surprised. And lastly, what good deeds did you do today? And how did you feel doing them? And the last tab is to enter a journal entry. You can type here, or if you need some general reflection prompts, you can then open this and use one of the prompts from the list. This is just not another tool or another thing to do. This is your all-inclusive system. This is going to help you be more productive, more present, and it's going to help you enjoy your life much more. Now, all you have to do is just start. Now, if you like this and you would like a copy of it, go ahead and check out the comments in the description below for more information.